Hello, and welcome back to the B Channel podcast, where my objective is to bless, edify, and encourage others to live their best lives. Now, before we get into today's podcast, I want to remind you that you can find me on my other social media platforms. The link to those platforms is in the description of this podcast. Today's episode is about my weight loss journey update. I am on a journey to be the healthiest version of myself. In order to accomplish that, I have to recommit to myself. I have to take care of the temple that God has blessed me with. It says in 1 Corinthians 6:19 that our bodies are temples where God dwells. I am on a mission to treat my body as such. The first step is to work on my hydration. To do that, y'all, I am reincorporating lemon water into my water routine. It really gives it a more refreshing taste than just plain water. And I'm also purchasing a 64-ounce water bottle so that I have to refill my bottle less. Because sometimes, y'all, that can be a nuisance when you have to keep refilling the bottle and you really don't get the hydration that you're supposed to get during the day if you have to keep refilling it and you forget. So this way, if it's already a larger bottle, I can kind of combat that issue. So moving on, another thing that I'm going to be working on is snacking less and fasting for a minimum of 12 hours, as I have been doing already, and eating more whole foods that are packed with protein and fiber. When you eat foods that are filling, you naturally want to snack less and find it easier to fast. I have always been an avid fruit and vegetable eater, but I'm learning now that I cannot just eat those things alone. I have to eat them in combination with other sources of fiber and protein to sustain me. For example, I can't just eat a banana by itself. I have to pair that with a cup of 100-calorie non-fat Greek yogurt, which is packed with protein. Another alternative for those of y'all who don't like Greek yogurt is string cheese. Now, the key here is moderation. I can't go bonkers on dairy. I have to eat just enough to quell the hunger. So for me, that means 1 cup of yogurt or a piece of string cheese. The next part of this weight loss journey, y'all, is exercise. Without it, I cannot make progress. What I have learned is 30 to 40 minutes of high intensity cardio should be my goal most days. I have to balance that with low impact days and days where I do a combo of cardio and strength training. You need to do both cardio and strength training to be fit. An easy way to do this is to do day 1, 30 to 40 minutes of HIIT workout. Day 2, 30 to 40 minutes of low impact workout, such as a stationary bike ride or walk and tone, which is when you use light weights and take a walk. And that could be, outside or in your house. Day 3, 30 to 40 minutes of strength and cardio working out. Day 4, 30 to 40 minutes of HIIT workout. Day 5, 30 to 40 minutes of low impact workout. Day 6 and 7, you're going to do a yoga/deep recovery stretch for 20 to 40 minutes because stretching is so essential to flexibility and mobility, y'all. You are going to be stiff and sore if you do not stretch. You have to take the time to do that for at least 1 to 2 days out of the week, if not every day. Now, you might be wondering, who can afford a trainer and nutritionist to accomplish all this? Well, look no further than the person staring back at you in the mirror. That's right, this is possible on your own. You need community, make no mistake, but you must also put in the work to make it happen. You alone must lose the weight. I know that you're probably still stumped about how this can happen by yourself, but I'm living proof that it can. I lost 100 pounds the first time around in 11 months without a nutritionist or trainer. The first thing you need to do is stock up on equipment for your exercise sessions. To start, make sure you have a yoga mat, a set of 5-pound weights or 1 5-pound kettlebell, 1 5-pound resistance band, and at least 32 ounces of water. So you're going to need a container, a bottle of water, to put aside for your workouts. So make sure it's at least 1 liter, which is 32 ounces. Five Below or Amazon is an affordable place to find equipment for working out. Secondly, don't worry about cute clothes to work out in, because guess what? Pajamas are just fine for the gym you will be attending. Your gym is, drum roll please, your living room or bedroom. I encourage you to go on YouTube and enjoy the many awesome trainers that are at your disposal, absolutely free of charge, y'all. One of my favorites is Lucy Wyndham Reed. My rule of thumb for exercise is to move at my own pace, modify, which is making the exercise easier as I need to, and give myself grace for where I am on my journey. My goal is to keep moving and don't quit, even if it means slowing down. Quality is better than quantity when it comes to reps and exercise. For example, I would rather do 5 good girl push ups than to do 10 regular push ups with bad form. Also, there are many great videos on YouTube about how to eat healthier. Mind over much is a favorite for nutrition. Now, as far as shopping for food, I know healthy eating is ironically very expensive, so I like to go to places like Aldi's, Target, or my local supermarket and try my best to find healthy options. Fresh and frozen fruits are better, and frozen veggies and fresh veggies are better than canned. But if you can only get your hands on canned, make sure it's low sodium or salt free. And if you cannot find salt free, y'all, here is a life hack. Take your veggies, put them in a colander, and rinse them off so you can eliminate as much salt as possible. Also, an overall rule of thumb when you're buying foods is the less ingredients, the better. If there's a paragraph of ingredients, you might want to stay away from that item. For example, high fructose corn syrup and monosodium glutamate are ingredients to watch out for. When you make your own food, it is easier to control what goes into your mouth as well. I know if you're still listening, you're like, what else could there possibly be to do on a weight loss journey? Well, let me briefly remind you that meditation and sleep are pivotal to this journey as well. Meditation is more than the purposeful 20-minute sessions you may engage in. Meditation is all your thoughts throughout the day. So we must be careful how we think and what we say to ourselves out loud and in our minds. This will dictate how successful your weight loss journey will be. For example, be intentional about having a meditation practice each day to start your day. This could be Bible study or simply a meditation video each morning. The key is to set the tone for your day by thinking right thoughts. Sleep is also essential to everything else we're trying to accomplish here. Without it, you will not have energy to even think about working out or making wise choices nutritionally. I realize that I have to get 6 to 7 hours of sleep per night if I want to have the energy to work out and make good choices with food. Your mood, appetite, and many other things are affected by the amount and quality of sleep you get. So I am working on this part of my life. It is a challenge as a caregiver, but I intend to conquer it. I know that all this sounds like a lot, y'all, but the consequences of me ignoring my body and my well being are dire. I would rather dedicate time, energy, and money towards the pursuit of better health rather than doling out money for more medicine and hospital bills later on down the road. I really want to be free of medicine and commit myself to myself on a daily basis. I owe it to my future self, and anything less is quitting on my future. I cannot continue to make myself an afterthought in my own life. Self neglect is an insult to God. He gave me this temple, and I want to start appreciating it more from this day forward. Now, if you really enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you give me a like and make sure that you are subscribed so you can get new episodes. And you can find me on Anchor, Amazon, Google, Apple, and Spotify to listen to this podcast. As I said before, the links to my other social media platforms are in the description of this podcast. Thank you for listening. You can also leave me a message on Spotify if you would like to get in touch with me and share your thoughts about this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for listening. And until next time, toodles, peace, and blessings.